Welcome to my demo. I'm providing an update on Himmelblau version 0.4.0, the latest release. In the latest version, I've provided some fixes for SSH compatibility, as well as some fixes to NSS, resolved some issues that you saw crop up in previous demos, as well as fixing group membership lookups. You can see here, I've got a group in Azure called SSH users. And the members of that group are my two users that I use for testing in Azure. I'm going to switch to a terminal, and you that saw that group ID I added earlier to Azure. I'm configuring it in my PAM allow groups in my himmelblau.conf. It must be configured by object ID. This is because Entra ID does not supply group names. When a user logs in, they only provide object IDs. And so we need to allow them based on object ID. You can see I've configured my domain. I also have an additional option which permits me to disable Windows Hello. This is useful for SSH authentication because you may wish to enforce MFA every time a user logs in rather than just the first time. So let's see it in action. So I've got Himmelblau configured and the daemon is running. Prompted for my password. Then I need to enter an authenticator code, which I'm doing now. And it just enrolled the device in Azure. You can see I've authenticated. If I list the groups, we see that group from earlier. You can also see that my Tux user is in another group. This is another group that it's a member of. And you can see my users listed there and get in password. So NSS is responding appropriately. Let's go back to Azure briefly. And in Entra ID, show the devices. And I've got one device that was just created. And that is my enrolled device. You can see that my user that I authenticated with is now the owner of the device. Going back to my terminal, I'm going to exit out here, and I'm going to authenticate as my other test user. Also using MFA again. And if we look at our list of groups, notice that this admin user is a member of quite a few more groups than the Tux user. And the reason this user was authorized is because it is a member of the SSH users group that I created in Azure earlier. And all of the groups that this user is a member of are listed here. It doesn't matter that we don't have the name of the group in the system. We just have the correct objects associated with the users. You can see that the associations are correct. We can see both users in a couple of different groups here. Now I'm going to switch And I'm going to modify my Himmelblau.conf. Now, this isn't recommended for SSH access, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. I am enabling SSH access. Got to restart Himmelblau D. Okay, that's started. And I'm going to exit out here. And let's see what Windows Hello looks like when we're authenticating through SSH. Of course, this is the first time I'm authenticating through SSH using Windows Hello as my admin user, so I do have to enter MFA. And it's going to prompt me to configure my Hello pin. These prompts are all handled through PAM. And so the experience is very similar if we go through GDM. If you've seen my previous demo, you've seen this same set of prompts displayed through GDM. All right, so we're authenticated. And NSS knows who we are. Let's go back out and let's try again. And this time it just prompts me for my Hello pin. Now this may be undesirable because now the admin user can be accessed on this host with a simple PIN authentication. That PIN could be brute forced unless you configure your system properly. And so that is why the option is available in the Himmelblau.conf to disable Windows Hello. Okay, and that's it. Thank you for joining me, and please give it a try.